So what is positive coaching? It's an unusual term, as you'd expect that all coaching is in fact positive. It draws on the science that research that is attributed to positive psychology. Yes, another unusual term. Isn't all psychology positive? Well, psychology has been a discipline for approximately 100 years. Sigmund Freud, one of the most influential and significant contributors to psychology and also psychotherapy, stated that the focus of psychology was to replace neurotic misery with ordinary unhappiness. Now, although that sounds quite extreme, these words do provide a tone attributed to psychology. Psychologists were educated on the skills and attributes required for coping with adversity, but little was known of the attributes that enable people to flourish. This emerged as the missing link. The aim of positive psychology is to create a change in the focus of psychology from preoccupation only with repairing the worst things in life to also building positive qualities. Positive psychology was propelled to create an enhancement agenda, to explore what makes life worth living, from studying weaknesses and damage to also studying strengths and virtue. The positive psychology movement is still pretty young, it's less than 20 years old, so there's still much research and studies ahead, but the advances to date have been considerable. Studies have been demonstrated that by focusing on what is going right, we actually create more functionality. And this functionality has been proven to progress towards workplace engagement, well-being and happiness. But what is really exciting is that studies have shown how these levels actually increase, and they also can be maintained over time. So people are learning skills that make them feel stronger, more connected and engaged with life. So how does this relate to coaching? As we know, coaching is very different to consulting, training and even mentoring. Coaching is about creating a space for reflecting and challenging the norms, perspectives and choices that people have. When we start a coaching session, we clarify the intention of the session to confirm, as we call it, the coaching contract, what the client would like to focus on and ideally leave the session with. Now, when I ask that question, what you'd like to focus on today, I often get answers like, I'm overwhelmed at work, Suzi. I have so much on my plate. I'm worried about the impact on my performance. I'm worried about the impact on my health. I'm worried about the impact on my life out of work. Or I'm unsure of next steps. I feel stuck. I'm doing everything I can to get on with my manager, my colleague, my team member, but. Now we could then focus on everything that isn't working and create solutions to fix these problems. Or we could just shift the focus and explore the times and the moments when the load actually has been manageable, or when the load has been managed well, when the client feels clear, strong, connected, and then we go underneath so that we can identify the strategies that are working and enable these to grow. According to some of the founding psychologists, like Seligman and Peterson and others, there are 3 pillars that constitute positive psychology. Firstly, positive experience, such as happiness or satisfaction. Positive traits, such as character strengths. And thirdly, positive institutions, such as families and of course workplaces. So let's get to the how. Well, the first pillar, satisfaction. As part of the work in the coaching program, we'd explore values, meaning and purpose to enable the client to create conscious awareness of the activities that are aligned to what is most important, thus creating satisfaction. Now to look at developing strength awareness, which is the second pillar. Well, research has shown that harnessing and nurturing strengths can positively impact workplace culture and bolster goal-setting behaviours and achievements. When work tasks are aligned with strengths, performance and output actually increases, as well as increased levels of job satisfaction, meaning and pleasure. For example, love of learning may be a signature strength. So working with an HR manager recently who was overloaded and overwhelmed, we find the activities that provide the learning, and what we found with that it actually bolsters energy. Working with a principal with a strength in leadership, she began highlighting the leadership moments and opportunities in her day amongst all the management and focus on putting out fires. And the third pillar, this is about developing the positive workplace. So step by step, we work on creating a culture, a positive culture where behaviours that measure achievements are made. It could be with a focus on language, talking about the wins. We also explore work relationships that provide or could provide meaning. By applying positive psychology principles in coaching programs, we can help people rethink their priorities and better understand how to build their world around them that also enhances well-being.